my name's Creed. I drive a 2016 Scion FR-S Release Series 2.0.
What's up, guys? I'm here with Creed, and this is his 2016 Scion FR-S Release Series 2.0. So he's gonna go ahead and tell you everything that he's done to the car and just give you a good overview on it.
All right, so pretty much, I keep the stock rims on here. I really like those, how they looked. I didn't feel like I needed to buy any more since they already fit with the black and everything I'm going with the car so far. And I haven't really done anything else on the exterior other than these little side markers right here. I blacked those out, switched them up a little bit. Just wanted to change it up. And then I put these louvers on in the back just to kind of cover up those little side windows that I wasn't ever using. And then everything else is pretty much under the hood, in the back of the car, and just kind of getting me a little bit faster, you know?
Yeah, so you really don't need to do much to these cars to make them look good, because especially with the Release Series 2.0, it already has a lot of cool things. Like, what is this color called?
Lunar Storm.
Lunar Storm. So it comes with the cool Lunar Storm gray, and then also the wheels. These are not the same wheels that would come on like my base model. These are actually specific to this car, which they're branded as TRD. So it's really interesting, and they look really good. So you don't really need to change too much. So what got you into cars?
So when I was younger, about 3, 4, 5 years ago, something like that, I had an Xbox 360 and I had Forza Horizon 3, and just playing that game, messing around with all the cars on there, just made me want to get one in real life and be able to mod it, change colors, everything like that, and it just was a lot of fun to play with.
It's an interesting story. I'm pretty similar with that as well. So what made you want to get an FR-S? Out of all the cars out there, you decided to get an FR-S. Why so?
So I had been looking on YouTube, what is the best car for a new 16-year-old, and these were popping up on there a lot for having a lot of different ways you can mod it, change everything about it, all the aftermarket support these cars have. It was just insane, and I was like, dang, I have so much I could do to this. Might as well get one.
Yeah, it's a really pretty car, and just overall, I think everyone who has this car loves it. And then on the front of the car, he's got this super cool front lip, and also a couple of things he's done as well. So go ahead and talk about that.
So when I bought the car used, it was from a dealership. It had about 26,000 miles on it. It came with this front lip down here, and I have no idea what the owner did to it, if this came with the series or if they slapped it on by themselves, but that came on there. I've scraped the crap out of this lip. It's really bad. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen off yet. Then another thing I've done is these badges up here. I have matte black Scion badges, front and rear, and I just wanted to change those up from the silvers because it just looks cleaner to me.
When we come to the rear of the car, he's got a super sick exhaust setup, and it's so unique, and it's pretty impressive what it can do. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him explain everything about that.
So what I've got back here is an NVIDIA N1 catback and a Burke catless front pipe. So I have the Delicious Tuning Stage 2 tune and the Pops and Bangs map. And funny story about when I first installed it. I was running through the Pops and Bangs one morning, and next thing I know, my car just kind of stops. It's not revving over 4,000 RPM, and I find out that I broke the cat in my stock front pipe. So I had to replace that. I got the Burke one now, and it's completely catless, made it way louder, and it shoots some massive flames.
Yeah, so the car, for the most part stock, you don't have any engine upgrades, do you?
No, nothing in the engine.
Yeah, so no real engine upgrades, just pretty much exhaust back. It can shoot flames, which is really interesting that for the most part, a stock car can shoot massive flames. And I'll put some clips in and you'll be able to see what the flames look like. So how do you have it tuned?
Through the Ecutech and Delicious Tuning. So I bought the whole complete package from Delicious, came with the license, the hardware, and then I had to download the software off their website. And I just had to kind of put it on there, trade some data logs, because you have to fix the tune almost to your parts that you have, because it's not like an open flash tablet where it's you buy this and you have to stick with it unless you go to a local tuner. And you just kind of trade the data packs back and forth, and then they give you a finalized version, and then unless you buy any new parts, you're pretty much set.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting how you can take your exact setup, tell them what you have, and they'll tune it to what you have, and you can really fine tune it and just kind of, they can make it special for you, and it's really interesting how it works. But other than that, let's go ahead and take the car for a drive and see how she feels. So tell us about the tuner that you have on the car.
So I went through Delicious Tuning, and I have their Stage 2 and their Pops and Bangs map. So I was looking around between the difference in the Ecutech and the Open Flash tablet. I was looking at some YouTube videos, and everybody was just like, if you want the tune to be specific to your vehicle, not like off the wall, go with an Ecutech and then a licensed tuner. So I was like, all right, sounds good. I started looking around for people that do tunes on this chassis and whatever, and Delicious came up, and it was like we were the first people that made a tune for the FR-S BRZ 86. So I was like, well, that's good. They must be really trusted. So I hit them up. They're like, yeah, we can do this for you. It was a really simple process. You just had to check out and buy the actual equipment, whatever, and then you sent them a list of the parts that you had, and they set it all up for you, and then you had to trade some data logs back and forth to get it really fine-tuned to your vehicle. And it was just really simple. You had to keep the laptop in the car with you, plugged into the ECU and everything like that, and then it was just pretty much back and forth 2 or 3 times until you got the exact thing you wanted. I put it in the actual Stage 2 map right now, just so we can get a little bit better of acceleration and everything like that, and then I can just switch it back to the Pops right on the fly if I need to. So yeah, this is how you switch the maps. Up there's 3, they have that pre-programmed as the Pops and Bangs. 2 is, I think, launch control and some other stuff, I can't remember. 1 is let me go back to that. 1 is the actual Stage 2, that's like the go fast mode pretty much, and then 4 is your valet mode. You change all that with the little cruise control thing down here, and you just kind of select it, boom, it's already done. Don't have to go back unless I want to switch to something else. Really nice and simple. It's nice.
It's interesting to me because my car doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of unexpected.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure once you have it a few times, you'll get used to it.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not really too sure when it's gonna come, so it's interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't even know when it's gonna happen, because like I have to push the pedal just enough so that it initiates like the extra gas going through, but not like true throttle. And then I just have to either press it light if I want one of the heavy pops to come out, or a little bit more if I want it to like crackle and everything like that.
Chest.
Uh-huh.
It's insane. Like, it won't show through the camera, but it's incredible. Oh my god. That'll scare you if you're not expecting it at all.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting because I'll probably end up comparing it to my car a lot, simply because I pretty much have the exact same car, but with a little bit less mods in regards to having like the front pipe and the tune. So I'm gonna do a light pull, probably like 40% throttle, just to kind of get a feel for it. I do notice that with the tune, it does shift a little bit, I guess you could say aggressive. It's definitely a little bit more responsive as far as shifting. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and get it to pop right now. It just puts a smile on your face. He's like, it's also cool that it's on command. So if I don't want to deal with it, I can literally just put it 6th gear. You can't even hear the car now. But if you want to shoot flames, so let's go ahead and try it again. I just think it's so interesting how like you can get the car to pop simply with just like pressing the gas just slightly, because that's a trick to it. I originally thought you could just let off the gas and it'll do it, but it's interesting that you can control it and you can pretty much tell the car exactly what you want it to do. Is on stock suspension, and I find that it actually feels really good. So the cool thing about the FR-S is that with the bone stock setup, it's really good at cornering, and overall, just like performance wise, it's a really well balanced car. Now my car's on coilovers, so it feels a little bit different, but to be totally honest, I think the stock suspension does feel better for daily driving. And around corners, it's really not that much different because my coilovers are like a softer setup similar to what stock is. But it definitely feels really good around the corners. All right, so let's try a pull in auto. Oh my gosh.
It sounds like a Huracan.
It really does. That's awesome. And that was an auto too, because you can tell the car knows what you want to do with it. Like if you want to play with it, it'll let you. throwback is a lot harder with the tune on it. It's quite interesting.
That's what I had started to notice too. Like, I had never really been pulled back into the seat by it, but when I had first put the tune on, I did like my very first pull with it. I was like, whoa, this feels different.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's enough to like put you like, or make it like your chest feel, or like your stomach feel different, but like with like stock, you don't even feel like you're accelerating with this.
It's a noticeable difference.
Yeah. So let's do a pull and see how she does. So notice how it's so loud, and the shifts are just amazing. Like, I feel like with the tune, they become a little bit, I guess you can say, more crispy. But shifting to 6, and now it's fairly quiet, and it sounds amazing. I'm actually really happy that, you have the automatic, and I'm kind of biased, right? My car's automatic, but I feel like pops and bangs with an automatic just sounds so, it's just so aggressive, and it's really nice. And also, a lot of people hate on the automatic in this car, but I don't see why, because it shifts super quick. Yeah. And like, there's really nothing wrong with it. Like, you could hear it in that pull that it was pretty sharp with every shift.
Well, that's thanks to the NVIDIA N1 back there, because that thing is so droney and it just never stops.
So what does the N1 actually have? Like, is it just a straight pipe? Does it have mufflers or anything like that?
If I remember correctly, it is pretty much nothing. There might be one resonator in there near the front pipe, and then other than that, it's just two little tiny mufflers right before the actual exhaust exits. Yeah. And the NVIDIA N2, I think it is, it pushes those mufflers back so you can't see them from the rear of the vehicle. Okay. So that's the only difference between those two, if I remember correctly.
Doesn't stop. Like, that's so fun. Oh my gosh, this is fun. I think you've convinced me that I need to get it for my car.
The only thing I don't like is whenever you are doing the pops, it kills your gas.
Really?
Whenever it pops, it's sending extra gas through the engine and everything like that,
yeah.
And it just really just takes away. Like, I've been able to tell that when I'm popping a lot, like during the week, I'll run out of gas way faster.
Yeah. I mean, you're sitting at 26 miles per gallon, which is pretty good for, you know, a sports car. Well, there you have it. That was Creed's Scion FR-S. It's a super cool car, and I'm sure you enjoyed the car as well. If you enjoyed the video and want to see many more just like it, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.